Hello crafty friends, this is Rachel Crafting Mama Bear. This video is my October 2025 completed pages video. So to get started, I completed 77 pages in October. Can you believe that? I mean, I can't believe it. When I went and counted all of them, it was absurd. So 77 pages in 26 different books, 0 digital images, 0 double page spreads. Sorry if you hear the jingle jangle, Evelyn's down here playing. 7 Buddy colors. I colored in 11 of my untouched books. I have 23 remaining untouched books in my collection. I purchased a whopping 26 books this month. That's absurd. I mean, that's just, I've got to like have some self-control, and I've got to, November is no buy November. I can't buy any more books this month. I just can't. I do have some books on pre-order though, so anyways, okay, so I purchased 26 books. The total number of books in my collection now is 125, and the total number of pages I've colored in 2025 is 377. As far as some quick YouTube stats, we ended the month with 2,096 subscribers, so that means that over the month of October, we have gained 87 new subscribers to the channel. So hello, welcome, thank you for coming by. I would love to say hi personally. So if you are new and you'd like to leave a comment down below, I would love to just reach out to you and thank you personally for joining the YouTube family over here. For October, I put out a whopping 8 videos. I think that's the most I've done any month, and part of that is because I am one of the co-hosts for the November Mad Tea Party that Jamie from Finding Joy in Color put on, and she generously asked if I would like to help with it. So there are going to be lots of fun things that we've got planned for November as far as that goes. So, all right, let's put that away. Okay, part of why I had such a large number of completed pages, excuse me, is because I had this 30 Days of Cute Witches as a project book, and I did one a day, and so now I have a completed book in my collection that is not a color by number. So I'm going to flip through these pages first. And all right, here's my first page. I used my Cali Art pastel alcohol markers to base all of my pages. I figured if I kept that sort of palette minimal, it would help me complete these pages a little bit easier. So they are all based with alcohol marker. If there is pencil work on them, it was from my Brute Funers. Gold is either my Languo gold gel pen or my Uniball Signo gold gel pen. And if there's any stencil work in the backgrounds, they are all done with distress inks. So let's flip through here. This was a really, really fun project book. And I will throw up some pictures over here of some of the completed pages from others who participated in this hashtag with me. It was a lot of fun, and I will say, if this is something that you try to tackle, like a project book where you're doing a page a day, my one recommendation is to spend a couple days at the beginning of the month or the end of the previous month and base all of your pages. So then when that page comes up for the day, all you have to do is your detail work, and doing that saved me many days during this challenge, or else there would have been no way I would have completed them. But yeah, they were a lot of fun. Some of the little girls have some stories that I made up with them, so I might as well share it with you. This little girl, I thought she was like, she looks like a California kind of girl, like with her shorts and her little sweatshirt and stuff and her long hair. So my story with her is that she was walking along, probably to the beach. She found this hat, she put it on, and all this spooky stuff started happening. And that is when she found out that she was a witch. That's why she has that really, like, freaked out look on her face, because she found out and she realized that she's a witch. Oh gosh. This was a fun little page. There was no line work inside this little bubble here. And so I added the line work for her hair and for her dress and for her arm there, so it made it look like it was see-through. This little girl, I really wanted this to be like a keyhole that you were looking in at her, and then in the background I wanted to make some like book stacks, but yeah, it just didn't happen. But I'm so happy with this. I think she's super cute. She's just trying to escape and read some books. This one's really fun with her little ghost cats. This was fun, making her cape and the underside of her hat a galaxy sort of a feel. This little witch, I did take my my Lingao glitter pins, and I tried to match the glitter pin to the color. Like this was kind of a orangey brownish color, this was a blue, a green, and I outlined the black line work with it. However, you can't really tell that the color is different. Like all you really see is the silver shimmer. But anyways, it came out super cute. Okay, this little girl has a story too. So this little witch, she made all of these beautiful teal flowers, and then the next flower that she made came out gray, and so she's super confused on what happened to her magic. This page reminds me more of a warlock than a witch, and I'm not sure about y'all, but when it comes to like more masculine type images and pages, I just blank. I don't know what to do. It's like I need cutesy, girly, lots of fun colors, or else I don't know where to go. So I had my husband kind of help me with ideas on this page, and his one suggestion was that I make the skulls a different color, because originally I was just going to go with a basic white skull and put gray around for the highlights, or sorry, for the shadow areas and things. And he was like, it would be a real missed opportunity if you didn't do them in a different color. So I did them in a different color, and I think this came out pretty spooky. This little girl, Lauren, did a page a couple days before this one, and she did this sort of effect where she used like the lightest one of her colors and went to the darkest, and so I had to steal that idea and use it on the background of this one because I just loved it so much. For this little witch, I altered her face because her pumpkin was happy, but her face, she was like, I don't know, she was scowling at you, her eyebrows were down, she had kind of a mean face, so I used my Lingao acrylic paint markers and covered up those things that I didn't like, and then I redrew them in. This is my only page that I'm bummed about, and I will likely go in and try and save it. I don't know if I need to darken up the background or if I need to go in with acrylic markers and just redo her body color, because I went in with way too dark of a color and I tried to use my colorless blender to kind of push it out, and it just didn't work. So this is the only page in the book that I'm just kind of meh about, but I'll see if I go back and change it. This page, as soon as I saw it, I just immediately thought that it was the Cheshire Cat, and so I made her look as much like Alice as I could with her blue outfit and her yellow hair. This girl gave me a lot of like kind of Bewitched vibes, like old school Bewitched. So she was fun and easy to do. For the backgrounds, most of these didn't have any sort of background to them when it's like this. So I went in with some of my circle stencils and put like moons behind, and then used my colorless blender and excuse me, made some circles to kind of make it look like a moon in the craters. This one was a fun page, and I did the galaxy again, like on the previous cape and things, and I didn't want to like make the planets just normal colors, so I figured I'd put that galaxy look inside all the planets too. And then I did that idea that Lauren did, but I did it reversed on the hat. So I brought the darker colors and did the lighter colors out, and then from the outside I did the same thing so it would all come into a lighter color. So that was a lot of fun. This little girl looks like she's not prepared for the ride that she's on. And then she is the last page. She was a fun, very different than any of the other witches that were in the book. And so last thing I need to do is color this page and fill it out. And that is another completed book in my collection. The only other one I have is, the Cupcake one by such and such diva, but it was a color by number book. Okay, next, this is a project book with Craft Time with Yaya. She gifted me this book a few months ago, and we've just been working front to back in it. So this month was this page, and I just based it with alcohol markers. Went in and took my circle stencil, and I didn't go all the way. I wanted it to have like a floor line. And then I took some of my heart stencils with, this is probably like seedless preserves, distress ink for the background, some white gel pen for the dots on there, and there's that. I will pop up Yaya's over here. She did such a cute job. I love that this is a project book. Thank you very, very much. There's that. Next up, I have this color by number flowers and mandalas. I got this book in June, and I do a couple pages every month because I just can't stop at one. It's just a lot of fun, and I love the way that my super tips work on this paper. It's very satisfying. And the colors in this book are just amazing. I love trying to add like all the colors onto one page, and it just makes my heart happy. I just enjoy that. So seeing these pages completed with all of this color, it's really nice. So there's that. Next up is Disney Villains color by number. And I completed one last month that I didn't share, and it was the Big Bad Wolf, and I just used some of my cheapo Temu alcohol markers on it. And then this month I did the Evil Queen. this was fun. And I think I used my Ohuhus on this one. I'm trying to actually use my Ohuhu markers. I feel like I want to like save them for really special, important coloring pages and books and things, but it's like I have them. I need to use them before they like dry out or do something. Next up, Color by Number Spooky Houses by Alexandra Fancies. I did a few pages in here. This is done with my Ohuhu markers. I went ahead and did the title page, the front page, because that was the next page. So I figured I have all the colors out, I might as well just finish the 2 pages at once. And so I used my colors, and then the next darkest color that I have, I went in and outlined all the little areas. Just kind of a fun thing, and I think it makes the image really pop off more than just like a solid base color. So for that. And then my blotter page was slid behind here instead of here when I was doing that. So this is a running theme. Sorry. All right. They saved me from the squirrel. So, yes, I got this page a little messed up because my blotter page was not where it was supposed to be. And you will see that that was a running theme for October. I'm not sure what was going on with me, but a few more pages completed in there. Next, I did Seasonal Mandalas by Alexandra Fancies. I did a couple pages. First, I did this autumn title page. And I did continue using a lot of my Cali Art pastels because I had them on the desk while I was working on my project book. So they were just the easiest to grab for. So I completed that. And wouldn't you know, my blotter page was not where it was supposed to be when I was doing some of that. So this page looks fun. Alcohol marker. And then on the hearts, I found a little like foil nail art kit at Dollar Tree, and I was curious to see how it didn't work on her nails at all. I tried it on my daughter, and the glue didn't work well on our nails, but it worked great on paper. So I played around with it like that, and I may end up getting some more like foil stuff to add to some of my pages because that was kind of fun. And then I also completed this little pumpkin page. And I will definitely be completing more pages in this for November and December and January. I love that it's got all of the seasons in it. So I can do a little bit no matter what time of year it is. And then I added some of my gold languo pins for some little dot details. Next up is Coloring Heaven Autumn 2025. I completed this little page here, and I think when I showed this book, I had mentioned that Alexandra Danneman, I didn't have any of her books, and I completely lied because the little pocket tiny houses book that I have, all of those images are illustrated by her. So I picked this little page. I used one of my circle stencils, went around them, and anything that was outside of the circle I did not color. Anything inside I colored with alcohol marker, and then I used my Brute Funer colored pencils to add some shading and stuff to it. I mean, with images like this, where they're not realistic at all, I do my elementary school coloring, where I just go around the outline of the picture and add a little bit darker color. That's it. If it doesn't have to be realistic, that's my go-to way of adding a little bit more dimension to the image, but I'm not spending tons of time adding like realistic shading and stuff on images that aren't realistic. Alrighty, the Let's Color Kawaii. I don't think I have shared this on my channel. I have worked in it prior to like restarting my channel in March, so I will share with you the few pages in here that I had completed before I started my channel. And so this was in January. I just used fine liners, and I went in and just everything is just little lines, or like the yellow for the background. I believe it was either my Stadler dual tip or it was super tips that I just went around and just had lots of line work and tried to add some like shading by adding the lines in different directions, and it was a fun page. Oh, I lied. The yellow was an alcohol marker. Sorry guys. And then I did this page, and the background was all alcohol marker. I did the same line work on the image, and then all of these things in the background, I didn't want to color them, so I just went ahead and outlined them with white after I did the background. And the last one, I finished this one, and I think this one really, I was watching a lot of the Cute and Cozy a lot of the Cute and Cozy videos online, and I think those really kind of kick-started me into wanting to grab my coloring books and things. So yes, and this was done with a lot of my Timu markers, and look at all that yellowing. I mean, I'll be able to rescue this page, but yeah, just I like the cheapness factor of the Timu markers, and because these are so large, I would hate to use my more expensive markers on like backgrounds this large. However, just know that they almost always yellow. So I've just got some plain printer paper in between the pages. All right, and then this is the one that I did for October. And I took my, oh my goodness, my super tips, my Crayola super tips. Did I? Yes. Okay, I took my Crayola super tips and went around the outline of all of the little areas, and then I took my Stadler dual tips and I just repeatedly dotted. My arm was so tired after that. Like I want to see if they have like a tattoo gun for pens. So if I ever do that again, I could just use that and it would just do all the work for me, because yeah, it was a lot. But it's a super cute little page and it is finished. So it was nice to get back into that book after months and months and months. All right, Moonlight Magic, one of my mini mandala books. And I did this page. Again, I used my CaliArt pastel alcohol markers. I had this in the car with me, and before my daughter went to dance, she asked if she could take the markers and fill in a couple of the sections. And so yeah, I said, sure, why not? So she filled in this area with the purple, and then she put the pink in there and the yellow on the outside, and then she had to go to dance. So I put the rest of the colors in. When I got home, I grabbed my Languo gold gel pen and added some little dots and details to the mandala. There's that. Okay. This one, probably at the end of this video, because my daughter is not home right now while I'm filming this, I will share with you all of our buddy colored images. So I will share with you all the pages that I finished, and then when she gets home, I'll have her film all of her pages. So you won't see them next to each other, but you'll see mine, and at the end of this, you can see hers. So we buddy colored this page. She picked this page. Yes, she looked through the book and she picked this page to do. I picked this page just to do on my own before she, excuse me, before she decided to buddy color in here. So this was the first page that I did in the book. Then we did that other page that she picked, and then she still wanted to do more, so I picked this page. It was a lot of fun. And for this book, it already has purple in the pages, already set out in different areas. So it's kind of fun. And my Cali Art pastels worked great with that shade of purple that was already in there. And I'm not going to do any special shading or anything here, just flat alcohol marker for this book. So that's that. Next up is portraits, color by number. I did a couple pages in here. The first one I did was this one, and I did it because in my my Disney tracker book that I have that I've shared before, I had this page marked off on there, and so it was bugging me that it wasn't actually complete, and I'm assuming that I accidentally marked it off because I was planning on doing it for something. So anyways, I did that. But then this month's that I intended on doing was another evil queen as the witch. And this was done with my linguo, I'm not sure. No. Oh my gosh. My GuangNa. I did GuangNa acrylic markers on here. Yes. And there were so many different shades of gray in here that, I don't know, it was a little weird, but she is done. And yeah, 2 pages out of there. Next is in my Zen line, Marvelous Mandalas. I did this page. And I just used one of these. I think I got a pack of these from Ross. They're really inexpensive. They have a brush on one end and then a fine liner on the other. And I'm just trying to use up some of my stuff because these, they're really terrible as far as water-based markers for coloring with the brush tip. They just eat up the paper like crazy. So yes, so I did that. Next up in here will be this one. And yeah, I'm going to have to break out my magnifying glass for this because it's a lot. And I'll definitely have to use my smallest micron to get into all those little details. Alrighty, and then the Inkalina Cute Monsters book. I played around and I did this monster page. And this book is a lot of fun because, let me share with you. I've got one that I'm working on. So it's got all the color in there already, and wherever the white lines are, you just go in with your fine liner, with your micron, whatever, and just color in those white areas, and that puts the line work into your image, and it makes it look complete. So the line work on this page is all over the place. You see some are a lot thicker, some are darker. I was trying out a lot of my pens. So I was using ballpoint pens, my microns. I was using some of my markers to see if I could fill in some of the bigger areas a little bit faster. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I really I get this pen from Dollar Tree when I can find it. And it's a 0.7, and the black is just super black. It's really a nice feel. It's a nice chunky pen. And I don't find it very often, but when I do, I grab it. And I figured that, yeah, this was the pen that I really enjoyed using in this book. So, all right, next up I have my Nightmare Before Christmas Paint with Water. I did include, sorry, there is a flip through of this book on the channel along with a color with me where I did the first page. So if you watch that, you will have seen that I completed this page, excuse me, in the video. And then I went ahead and completed this page too. And if you didn't see the video, these pages are all white and black. Then you can use a regular paintbrush and water. You can use a water brush that already has water in there. And you touch the water to the black lines, and that's where all the pigment is. So once you touch it, it'll bleed out, and then you just kind of move it around the page. This is a fun book, and I've seen that Thunderbee Press also has this in a Bob Ross style book, and so I might add that to my collection too. We'll have to see. But alrighty, this creepy kawaii Halloween. This was a buddy color with Chelsea on Instagram, and my daughter did a buddy color with me in this one too. So the page that Chelsea and I did was this little skeleton page, and this is all alcohol marker. For the background, I think I just went in with a white colored pencil over my stencil, instead of using like a white pigment ink over the stencil. I just went ahead and used a colored pencil and made the little circle background for the wallpaper. I used white for all of the spider webs and things. And yeah, this was a fun little page. I got to make it pretty Halloween-y. Over here is Chelsea's amazing page. Like, she killed this. Pun intended. Haha. Okay. She killed this page. I love, love, love it. When she sent it to me and I saw it, I felt so inadequate. My page seemed just like so puny, and yeah, just not even good enough compared to hers. But she did an amazing job, and she was using, I want to say it was, she could correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it was like a jelly roll glazed red pen, and she was doing it just on a couple different parts of the image, and then I think she got carried away, and then just blood went everywhere. But I absolutely love it. She did such an amazing job. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for buddy coloring with me in this book, and yeah, you killed that page. Great job. The next page my daughter and I buddy colored was this page. I think this was a buddy color page. I mean, I did 77 pages this month. I can't remember all of them. And my daughter, like last minute, like the last week of October, was in the mood to color and wanted to do buddy colors. So either this was or wasn't, either way. This was the page that I did. And again, I used my Cali Art pastels to do this. And then my white Uniball pen for the white details. So that was super fun. This artist, Ella, I have her Color Me Christmas kids book, and I'm working in that currently, and it's so cute. Alrighty, Lulu's House of Wonder. This was another buddy color with the lovely Chelsea. And here was my page. And again, I used a lot of my Cali Art markers because they were on the table. And I did also add some of my nail art stickers to this. So like the little spider web, the spider, These are little nail art stickers for the flowers on her dress. There's some glow-in-the-dark spider web, spider. So yeah, this was a fun little page to do. And I will pop up Chelsea's over here. And I love all the yellow in Chelsea's page. Yellow is my favorite color, and so I just love it. So thank you, Chelsea. You did a beautiful job on this page too. Thank you so much for all the buddy colors that you do with me. Okay, next. Okay, your girl went crazy with matchstick, as usual. So, pumpkin party coloring. I did this adorable page where matchstick and what's the worm's name? Does it have a name? Wilbur? I feel like I've heard that. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, so anyways, they're bobbing for cherries instead of apples because they're too small to bob for apples. So I thought this was super cute. The bat, put another sticker there, and a glow-in-the-dark spider there, and a spider there. So yeah, this was fun. Just alcohol markers and white gel pen to cover up some of the line work. So work out. Next in the matchstick is a Halloween coloring book. All right, so I am very much a seasonal colorist. So that is the biggest reason why so many of the pages in these holiday specific books got colored in, because I will not reach for them again until this time next year. So I think I did like 6 pages out of the Halloween. So first up is this little bat page. Matchstick's just adorable. And these pages have a lot of black in the background, and so it really helps the page just come together really quick, because at least a quarter of the page is already colored for you. So there's that. The next one I did was this cute bat, where she's carrying her little trick-or-treat basket full of candy. And I did try to add some yellow for like the moon shining on the trees and the wings and stuff. And then I did this bat one. Can you see a running theme? Again, I mean, with the ghosts and the black background, this probably took a whopping like 5 minutes to complete with alcohol markers, and then I took my gold languo pen and covered up all the stars. So, and Jamie from Finding Joy in Color, her Wild Year of Animal hashtag was bat, and so this was for that also. This page was from September that I forgot to share. So it was matchstick looking at the moon and the pumpkin patch. Right. Then this page with the ghost and the cute little purple owls. This page was a lot of fun. And okay, so I wasn't sure what to make of these. I knew they were leaves, so how I colored them was I imagined that Matchstick did some DIY work, and she took some regular green leaves and painted them white and added ice so they looked like ghosts. It's the only way I could figure out how to like make them work with the page. So there we go. Did you know that Matchstick is a DIYer? She absolutely is. And then last page I completed in this book was this one. And I did the same kind of thing there. with that leaf. I just left it white, like it was painted to be a little ghost decoration. All right, the last one in that book. For an autumn coloring book, I'll be able to work in this one more in November, so I didn't do too many in here. And I did another bat with a little purple owl again, and they've got a little jar of lightning bugs to help give them some light in their little cave. And then can you guess what the next page is? It's Matchstick as a bat again. And here she's got the little spider. Oh, and I guess I probably should have colored that. Oh, I forgot to color the little flower that the spider is gifting to Matchstick. Yeah. Super cute. Morgan O'Brien just knocks it out of the park with all these Matchstick books. These are definitely books that are going to be completed someday. Because, yeah, I just love his images so much. Okay, so A Costume Party. This was Morgan O'Brien's newest release. And I did several pages in here. I did this little bat one with Matchstick. And for this one, what was it called? It was some sort of fruit. So I looked up a picture of the type of fruit that it was, because I think I messaged Jamie and I was like, what do you think this is? And she said it looked like a dragon fruit. So I colored that to look like a dragon fruit because that's a fruit bat. So that page. This was a buddy color with Chelsea. We did Matchstick in her little popcorn costume. I will pop up Chelsea's over here. And just super cute. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Matchstick. No matter how you color her, she's going to be adorable. And then I did another, and this one, sorry, Matchstick as a little werewolf, and I had to give her little red nails because I just feel like she's fancy like that. So yeah, just alcohol markers, white gel pen, gold, added some yellow for the moon shining. Just super fun. And then this one was a buddy color with my daughter. And she picked a cute little froggy page. And again, she's got her fancy red nail polish on. And that was it in the costume book. All right, so we have Any Day, Autumn Vibes. And let's see here. This was another buddy color with Chelsea. And we picked Annie on the broomstick. And I used my holographic, I think it's folk art. I think it's a folk art holographic glitter that I just added to her dress and her hat. Because, like Matchstick, Annie is extra and she needed a super sparkly dress. I will pop up Chelsea's over here, and I love all the greens on hers. Just, yeah, super cute. And lastly, I decided to do this page where Any Day is in her little cat costume. And again, I added some of that glitter paint to some of the areas on there. And her little cute little kitty cat just watching her get ready. So cute. Okay, and Any Day, a soft living coloring book. I did one, and it was for Amanda Colors AC Any Day hashtag that she does every month. So this was the page for that. And I had a lot of fun coloring this. Just lots of different colors. Her cabinets had to be like a tealy color. And of course she had to be working on a yellow dress because I have to put yellow into my pages somehow because it's my favorite color. So yes, that was fun. Okay, we are getting down to the last few. Okay, so I worked another page in Wildflower Folk, and I did this witch page. This is probably my favorite page that I did this month. She just turned out better than I expected. And her little ball here, like her little glowing orb, whatever. I did use some of my languo like metallic markers, and I put the color in and then I used my finger and like pulled it out so I could get a better like gradient of it. And I used my gold languo for all of these little embellishments on her hat. But I based with my ohuhu, and then I used, I think on this page, I finally busted out my colored pencils that I bought months ago and used them for the shading and the detail work on her. So she was a lot of fun. And I think for November, I would like to try and get her completed. What colors do you see in here? I see her as a brunette with like, yeah, orangey leaves falling down, like an olivey skin tone. What color should I make her shirt and the coffee cup? Leave a comment below. First one to comment below, that's what color I will make her coffee cup and her sweater. Yeah, we'll do orange, brunette hair, olivey skin. Yeah, tell me what I should make the coffee cup color. Oh, and maybe pick a nail color for her too. Why not? Let's make it fun. Okay, and then I did one in Wondrous Folk also. So this was a untouched book, and I thought this onyx lady was just beautiful. And I don't play with skin tones very often because it's scary. So I messed up first by her skin tone on her arm, her chest, and her neck. I put it down with alcohol marker and it was just way too dark. I couldn't see where any of like the highlights and shading and stuff needed to go. So I did my best. I went ahead and I pulled up my flip through of this book, stopped on this image, screenshotted it, and then used colored pencils to lighten all of this area, add in the darker spots for like her cleavage, and gave her a collarbone, and made her neck have some definition. And then her face, I did use the correct shade of brown, so it wasn't too dark. So I was able to still maintain all of the shadows and highlights that Christine originally put in the artwork. And I wasn't going to leave her hair purple in here. I did purple as just like a base color. Oh my gosh, hold on, I'm brain farting. Sandy Allnock is an amazing artist, and I followed her a lot during my card making years, several years back. And something that I learned from her is that purple is a great like base color for when you're doing blacks. And so my idea when I based the hair purple was that I was going to make her hair black, but I wanted the base tone of purple to give me some extra depth and to give me some extra like contour when like her highlights, for the highlighted areas on her hair. But when I showed, well, when my husband came down while I was working on this, he was just like, oh, I love that you gave her purple hair. So I just left the purple hair. But yes, so that was a fun page, and I'm hoping to get into this book again in November to do another just gorgeous page in here. And surprisingly enough, now that I've done 3 images from her books, they're really not that intimidating, because she does all the work for you guys. I mean, if you've thought about getting her books and then it just intimidates the crap out of you, don't let it intimidate you. Maybe see if you have any of the Coloring Heaven magazines with any of her work in it. Give it a shot, and I guarantee you will be blown away by what you create based on you just following her guidelines. And a lot of times, if you just use like some really light pastel, like alcohol markers to base, all of the shaded areas are going to be shaded, and you could just leave it like that and still have an amazing, beautiful page that you add color to. So yeah, highly recommend. Give these a try. They're not as overwhelming as you may think. Okay, last 2 books are color by number, and I didn't do many color by number this month because for the November Mad Tea Party, I know that I'll be doing a lot in my Disney color by number books for Alice. However, I had to do this page of Lilo and Stitch because it was just, yeah, it had to be done. And we have a group on Instagram who, there were like 3 or 4 of us that were planning on doing this page anyways, and so we all just got into a group, and now more people are coming on in. So if you have the Vitro 2 book and you want some motivation to get into it every month, send me a message on Instagram if you'd like, and I can add you into that group. And right now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do for November. I told them that because I'm co-hosting the Mad Tea Party, I will likely be doing one of the Alice pages, so either 43 or 44. But we may choose something else. I think we did a random picker this morning, actually, and I think it picked 69, but I don't know if we're going to stick that or not. I don't know. I haven't checked my messages, so we will see. And then the last book I have is my Care Bear book. And last month I did a page in here, and I told you that I was kind of bored working in it. I didn't get bored on this page, and I think it's because it didn't have as many like really large areas that were just one color. Let's see if I can. So this one, there were just lots of big spaces that were one color, and the characters were pretty small, and I just got bored coloring it. This one, I didn't. I wish I had. Okay, so the dark purple should have been on the outline, but it's only a brush marker, and I can't for the life of me get my outline stuff with a brush marker to look halfway decent. So I used the closest Lango dark purple that I had. Hopefully eventually I will get a shade that is closer to that. Maybe I should put down that I buy the GuangNa purple acrylic pen pack, and then I can come in and fix that. But other than that little detail, I really like the page. It came out super cute. And I added some of my Lango gold around some of the yellow spots on the pumpkin and around the stars, just to give it a little bit of extra sparkle. But there's that. Okay, guys, it's probably one of my longest completed pages videos. So that was it for the month of October.
Hi, me and my mom did 2 buddy colors in creepy kawaii, creepy cute coloring books. So we did a color buddy with this one. This is mine, and I use alcohol markers on this. That's smeared. And then we did this one, and I also use alcohol markers on this one.
I love body colors.
And then, did we do buddy colors with these? I don't think we did.
Because Chelsea did that one too.
Oh yeah. So me and my mom did a buddy color with this one. This one was mine. And then I just did this one by myself.
Do you remember who that is?
No.
What's her name?
I don't know. I forgot.
Matchstick.
Matchstick. And then this is Annie Day. Those are all the ones I did. Bye.
Again, I'm co-hosting the November Mad Tea Party hashtag. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got bingo cards. We've got hashtags for Create Your Own Wonderland. We've got a little bit of everything. So I hope that you guys are excited about that just as much as we are. I've got a couple videos planned. I need to do the color tag that Jennifer tagged me in, and some other stuff for that specific event in November. But yes, I hope you enjoyed my massive completed pages for October, and until next time, bye-bye.